Hey, what's up, college football fans, Clemson Tiger fans? Here we are, Saturday morning, or I should say Saturday afternoon at this point by the time I'm recording this video. Keep trying to get these videos out earlier in the week, but just busy with work and stuff like that. But I appreciate you guys that are watching. I appreciate you guys that have recently subscribed. I know I have maybe 3 subscribers at this point, but hey, I appreciate all 3 of my subscribers. Just gonna give my thoughts real quick on the game this weekend with Boston College. I'll be honest, Clemson fans. I'll be honest, the rest of college football fans that may see this video. I don't have a lot of high hopes for this Clemson offense. I don't have a lot of high hopes for this season, to be completely honest. I know a lot of people are still talking about the ACC championship. I know a lot of people are still talking about we can resurrect this season and whatnot, even though we have 2 losses. I don't think we can. I think best case scenario, if the offense was to turn around miraculously and look completely different this weekend and then continue that for the rest of the season, the best case scenario, which isn't bad, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't hate it, but the best case scenario would be for us to make the ACC championship game and then hopefully a New Year's Six Bowl. That's kind of best case scenario for Clemson this season. And like I said, that's not what Clemson fans have been used to. We've made the playoffs the past 6 years. But that's just not the case this year. That's not where this team is. A lot of Clemson fans had Clemson, back into the playoffs, back dominating the ACC like we had in the past, and I'm guilty of it as well. I thought we would, judging by DJ Uiagalelei's 2 starts last season, we had no reason not to expect to be back in the playoffs, to be back dominating the ACC. I know we lost Trevor Lawrence. I know we lost Travis Etienne. And that's a lot of stuff to lose. And what a lot of people don't focus on is we also lost Amari Rodgers in the slot. I think that may be one of, maybe not the biggest, but one of the biggest shortcomings of this offense this season. We do not have somebody in the slot that can stress the defense like Amari Rodgers did. Amari Rodgers was quick, he was fast, he would run routes across the middle, he could beat you deep. I mean, there's so many ways Amari Rodgers could beat you, and he really stressed defenses. And I honestly think that's what Clemson's missing this season. Can that be fixed this season? I don't know. Maybe we try Will Taylor in the slot a little more. I know we've had the whole experiment with Justin Ross. And a lot of people out in the national media and a lot of other people are saying Justin Ross doesn't look like the same receiver that he did prior to the neck surgery and the neck injury. And honestly, I think that's really just because of the position that they're currently playing him in. I don't think Justin Ross is a slot receiver. I don't think that's his skill set, and that's okay. He is a no doubt NFL wide receiver. Justin Ross is. There's no doubt he is going to go in the NFL, probably in the first round, I would assume. And I think he's going to have a great career in the NFL. But he's not a slot receiver. He's not built to be a slot receiver. We need to move him back out onto the boundary where he is comfortable, where his skill can be best exploited out in the boundaries. That's what I think we need to do, and we need to find another option for the slot, whether that's Will Taylor, whether that's somebody else on the roster that we have. I don't know who it is, but we need to find another slot receiver to stress the middle of the field. We need to go in and start running routes across the middle of the field, because no defense is respecting routes across the middle of the field because Clemson's just not running them and they're not throwing them. So I think that could take some stress off of DJ if we start running some crossing routes in the middle of the field, get him some nice, easy timing throws, get him some confidence going, and maybe we could go from there. But like I said, guys, I'm not overly confident that this offense can figure it out, just because through 4 games they have given us nothing as far as evidence goes to say that they can figure it out. And judging by what Tony Elliott's saying and what Dabo Swinney said, I mean, Dabo Swinney has repeatedly been on record saying we got what we got and it is what it is, and we just got to figure it out. That doesn't inspire confidence in me as a fan, honestly. I think Dabo Swinney knows that this offense is bad, and unfortunately, I think he knows that it can't be fixed. And that's going to be a problem for Clemson this season. Are we done losing? I don't know. I hope we're done losing, because I hate losing. But are we done losing? I'm not so sure. This is a Boston College team that comes in. I mean, they consistently put offensive linemen in the NFL. They can run the ball. And why is that going to be a problem this week for Clemson? Because our 2 starting defensive tackles are out with injuries. Brian Brzee is out with a season-ending ACL injury. And Tyler Davis is out with bicep surgery. He tore his bicep. I don't think he's out for the season, but he's definitely out until later in the season. So we're missing a lot up front. We got a banged-up Skowski that keeps getting stingers over and over again. And anybody who's played football and knows what a stinger feels like, once you start getting them, you keep getting them. So I don't know how effective he's going to be in this game, how long he's going to be able to stay in, and how long it's going to be before he's plagued with another stinger. So that's another issue. We are being plagued with the injury bug this season, and it's unfortunate. Our defense was stacked. I mean, we were playing well, but now they're starting to drop like flies. And I think it's attrition. I think it's being on the field too long. I think it's the offense not being able to sustain drives. And I think that's starting to wear on the defense, and we're starting to see the injuries that are proving that. And that's unfortunate. So I do think Boston College will have success on the ground. And that's unfortunate, because they can really control the game. If they can have success running the ball, they can keep Clemson's offense off the field. And Clemson's offense does not seem to be able to sustain drives. I mean, just last week we had 7, 8, 9, 10, I don't know how many 3-and-outs. Or we would get a first down and then we would go 3-and-out right after that. We're just not sustaining drives. So if there's a scenario today where Clemson's going 3-and-out, 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 and then Boston College is running the ball well and they're controlling the clock, I mean, that spells disaster, even for a great Clemson defense. And I do think Clemson defense is top 5. Now, with the injuries, we've definitely taken a hit, but I still think we are a top 10 defense even with the injuries. I do think that. But if they're going to be on the field all day, that's just not going to be the case. They're going to wear down, and Boston College is eventually going to wear them down, get it into the fourth quarter, and I think last I saw the line was like 14 or 15 or something like that. I think that's too high, man. I wouldn't put money on Clemson. Now, I don't ever bet on Clemson or anything like that. I don't bet on my team because I'm too, it's too much emotions involved with it. I don't think it's wise to bet on the team that you root for. But, I mean, I could see where somebody would put money on Boston College for that spread. Honestly, I could see Clemson losing this game. Now, I don't think we're going to lose the game. I think we're going to win this game. I don't think it's going to be pretty. I think our defense is going to have to come through late in the game, maybe for a stop. And maybe the offense has to go out and kick a field goal to win it or something like that. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to play out, but I'm telling you, it's a recipe for disaster because Boston College can run the ball. I know they're missing their quarterback, and that's a big thing. I think that's why Clemson wins the game, is because Boston College is missing their quarterback. And I think if Clemson can get them, I think if they can limit the run game and they can get them on some third and mediums or third and longs, I'm not sure that the backup quarterback can consistently convert those kind of third downs. And I think that may open up the door for Clemson to be able to win the game. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's closer than the spread. Like I said, I think Clemson's going to win the game. Do I think they're going to cover the spread? I really don't. I don't think they're going to cover the spread. But I do think we'll win the game. Like I said, I just want to see our offense go out there and execute. I want to see our offense go out there, sustain some drives. I want to see some evolution in our offense. I want to see us do some different things other than bubble screen outside or throw out to the flats behind the line of scrimmage and then run up the middle and then some sort of drop back pass for third down and punt the ball. That's what we did all last week against North Carolina State, and obviously it didn't work. So I want to see something different from that, from Tony Elliott. I want to see some imagination. He's gotta evolve as a play caller. He's got to do something different. It's not working anymore, Tony Elliott. You got to do something different, man. And I know him. I know Dabo Swinney. I know the offensive staff. I know they're feeling the pressure, and they should be feeling the pressure. They get paid way too much money. There's way too much talent on the offensive side of the ball to be struggling as much as Clemson is. There's just way too much talent on the offensive side of the ball to be struggling like this. So they have to figure it out. That's just plain and simple. They have to figure it out. And if they don't, then there may need to be some moves made by Dabo Swinney at the end of the season. And I think Dabo knows that. And I think Tony Elliott knows that. I don't think these coaches are naive to the amount of pressure they're going to feel if they drop one or two more games or maybe even more this season. Look, with great success, that's going to come great criticism when you start underperforming to what you've done in the past. And I know they're like, we're a few plays away. I don't think Clemson's offense is a few plays away from being a good or even a good offense. I won't even say great and Clemson offense in the same breath this season. I doubt it. But, I mean, at the end of the day, like, they have to understand, you have set the standard. Dabo Swinney, for as many years as we can think now, he says best is the standard, right? This is not Clemson at its best. This is not them utilizing the talent that they have on the offensive side of the ball. Now, Brent Venables, he's probably going to have to make some adjustments on the defensive side of the ball midseason, and that sucks for him because we've lost some run stopping at defensive tackle. Now we still got our defensive ends. We're still pretty deep in that sense, but at the end of the day, he might have to adjust his scheme. But guess what? Brent Venables has repeatedly in the past adjusted his scheme based on the talent that he has on any given season. And I don't feel Tony Elliott has. I think he has relied on elite quarterback play, elite running back play, and elite wide receiver play. And that hasn't manifested itself this season. And I think he needs to evolve as a play caller. He needs to evolve as an offensive coach and figure it out with the talent that you have. You have far too much talent. You recruit way too well in Clemson to be last in the ACC when it comes to production on offense. To be, I mean, in the hundreds in the FBS when it comes to yards per game. Like, it's abysmal. Like, we have to figure it out. And if Tony Elliott can't figure it out, I say, a lot of people are calling for his firing. And I'm not the type of person to call for somebody's firing. I say you give Tony Elliott the season. He either figures it out or he doesn't. And I think by the end of this season, it will be evident whether we need to make a change on offense. That's where I'm at right now. Do I think Tony Elliott's the answer right now? If you ask me, no, I don't. No, I don't think he's the answer. But I say you give him the season, and then at the end of the season, Obviously, some things are going to need to be evaluated, and I think the rest of this season, Tony Elliott's coaching for his job. I don't think Dabo Swinney doesn't know that. I think he's well aware of how Clemson fans feel, and I think he's well aware of where he needs to take the program. Dabo Swinney is a great coach. I believe that Dabo Swinney can get this turned around. Now, I know Dabo Swinney is really close with Tony Elliott. Will he be able to make the tough decisions if it comes to that? I don't know. That's yet to be seen, but he has a proven track record that we should believe that he will make the tough decisions that need to be made, and that he knows the direction that the program needs to go. Like I said, I hope the offense shows us something different this week. But like I said, I don't have a lot of confidence in the offense, and neither should any other Clemson fan. So we'll see how this week goes. And yeah, man, I'll come after the game with a post game thoughts on how the game went, what I thought about the play calling, what I thought about what happened in the game, and I'll see you guys there, man. Hey, like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys, man. Tiger Paul out.